CBDim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for we in Global TV. Check it.
Me say if I fall asleep pounder tonight, or just elbow me to wake me up. I'm literally sun drunk to the point where me feel like me want to just fall asleep on. But if me drop asleep, elbow me, I might just wake up. Good evening and welcome to Jamaica is ever closer to dictatorship. The Prime Minister outlined where we're going, what he wants and what he doesn't want. My understanding from the Prime Minister's argument, reading the article in The Observer, is that fake news, Prime Minister, fake news is what the government doesn't like to hear, as well as fake news, Prime Minister, is speaking about the failings of government. That me understand from what the Prime Minister said, but me not in the reading mood, but there's two articles I want to read for you tonight. Because they say, why them take me for fool? To my community and all my family members, good evening, platform moderator, membership holders, viewers and subscribers, trolls. Good evening. I know you're all here. Good evening, trolls. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I must remember to big up the trolls as well. You're always, always here. Thank you for being here. You might not participate in commenting, liking, and subscribing. One day you will get around to it. I guarantee you that. You will get around to it one day. So welcome to all the trolls and global television. Thank you for your presence to the family. Elaine Turner, Natalia Freeman, good evening. Coletta Turner, Precious Allen, Sunshine, Yvonne Riley, Beulah, Natalia, how you do? Miranda Ruddock, Debbie Jervis. Murder, I want to sleep. Sorry, sorry about that. Country Gal 84, how are you? My son junk people, my son junk. Beat and Teach, Kate M. Marcia Thomas, Loris Beckford, Novelet Blake, E.M., Sharon Powell, Untempted Congo, Michael O.C., Joan Bailey, Janet Mundy, Cynthia B., Jacqueline Brooks, Cornetta Sterling, Marcia Esty, Bros, Janet Riley, Violet Watson, Michelle Clark, Martha Couponing Foundation, Carlene Richards, Winston Darkins. Good evening, all, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. The debacle in the healthcare continues. Adeline Little, Marcia Stewart. Dr. What's your calling? Dr. Dawes is also calling for, is it an audit? on the ICU bed spaces. 1 second. We don't think there's a ventilator audit going on at the moment. There's a recent article from Dr. Dawes which regards to bed space, but I don't know if I will, to ITU bed space, I don't know if I will get around to that article for you. If I'm not too tired, then I will. But there's 2 other articles I want to read for you. I want to read the Dictatorship article so we can all hear where it is going. But with regards to our healthcare mashallah that is unfolded, the claim, the counterclaim, the lies, the counter lies, the lies, the truth. He said, he, she said, who is to be blamed? The people are dying. That debacle continues. Let me just type in Dr. Dawes' name in the search, and any article for him in the Gleaner should pop up. Just bear with me. I don't know if me I go do something there. Me I go get the chance to read that one, but I want to pull it up in front of me just in case. But it's along the healthcare argument unfolding. Why is it telling me page not exists? I want to go to lead story. Bear with me, my people. How no do. It's quite warm over here today. I've been a Sarkodi. How are you? Yvonne Johnson, Claudette Robinson, Rosemary Samuels. But if you read, Douglas Allen, how are you? One must read. Reading is very important. It keeps you in the know. It improves your knowledge. It improves your vocabulary. It improves your speaking skill. It improves your way of thinking. You must read. Don't always sit down and wait for me to read food becoming always in the mood. But at least 2 of these articles tonight, I want to read to you. I don't know what Dr. Dawes' article. Was it in the Gleaner or in the Observer? Let me quickly check the Observer. If that's where Dr. Dawes' article was with regards to yes, it's in the Observer. Sorry. It was the Observer. All right. So, Dr. Toff, you were given advice in 2016. Who advised Dr. Tufton then? The then newly appointed president, Professor Vassiani. In my view, that was advice given, which Dr. Tufton, if implemented, wouldn't allow him fair rebuke. Hold on, let me bring it in. He wouldn't have to out then our rebuke Canada, Britain, and America. This article I'm going to go through for you was written October the 3rd, 2016. That was the publishing date October the 3rd, 2016, months after Dr. Tufton came to office as Minister of Killing Babies. You see what the headline says? You take President back call to train nurses for export. I'm going to read through the article for you so you understand what Dr. Tufton could have done. Partnership that Dr. Tufton could have gone in. Economic benefit that Jamaica could have gained. Development in our education and training sector and our healthcare sector had Dr. Tufton taken this seriously. And Rohan, if Dr. Tufton had any care for developing the healthcare or care about the people, then maybe Dr. Tufton would seek maybe Dr. Tufton would seek to implement such policies or start some partnership. Then maybe we wouldn't be in this problem that we're in now. I'm going to be in my reading slot, so I won't be able to know what's going on in the comments. So my moderators will take care of the comment. So please bear in mind that this article, me reading throughout, it was published in October 2016. Good advice in the dance as me be, which if Dr. Tufton had taken on board, implemented or strategized, we wouldn't have been in the brain drain situation we're in our national health care at the moment. So let's read. Newly installed president of the University of Technology, Professor Stephen Vassiani, has added his voice to the debate surrounding the shortage of nurses in the public health sector and the need to train nurses for export. Vassiani believed that Jamaica can and should be training more nurses in response to the chronic shortage of these workers in the public health system, exacerbated by countries doing active recruitment in Jamaica. Those countries are Britain, Canada, and the United States. In recent times, there have been jitter among some, including the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, who have openly expressed concern at the spat at which Jamaican nurses, especially ones trained in specialist areas, are leaving the country or being poached. Report to the UN. The practice has resulted in the healthcare system being exposed, forcing the minister to report the matter to the UN, to the United Nations last month. So that would have been September of 2016, outlining the pitfall in which countries such as Jamaica are being placed. But Vassiani, an attorney, believes that with proper arrangement in place with foreign governments, the country stands to gain significant foreign exchange earning from training nurses to export to the export market. Through structured training agreement with overseas government, we could provide the required training of their own people, meaning we bring nurses from America, students from Britain, Canada, and America here to train them, Dr. Vassiani is saying, to send them back into the international market. We would provide the required training of their own people for re-entry into their prospective economies once they have been trained here, said Vassiani. At a stripping ceremony for nurses student on Thursday, striping, I think, also. He noted that Jamaican nurses have earned the reputation of being among the best in the world in healthcare delivery and has called for that to be leveraged. What Dr. Bassiani is saying here in the leveraging argument, if we, of all nurses, globally are some of the best caregivers, it means that Jamaica is one of the creme de la creme when it comes to training nurses. So therefore, if Dr. Tufton were to go into such partnership, countries who are employing Jamaican trained, qualified, and specialist nurses probably wouldn't have a problem in sending their nurses to be trained in Jamaica to be re-entered back into their economy, which at some stage would alleviate the brain drain on our economy. The professor of former principal of the Norman Mandela School of Law said, there is no quick fix to the gap left in the healthcare sector as a result of number of nurses leaving in droves for the international market where pay scale is higher. This have got to be the overarching situation, Dr. Tufton. This is me talking now, which you should have recognized then, that if you need to or want to attain Jamaica nurses after training, then the working condition, Dr. Tufton, and the pay scale have to be better. It is the reason, Dr. Tufton, and I hate Jamaica, or it's not that Jamaica is not a nice place to live. The problem, Dr. Tufton, after being through so many years, spending so much on education, they really cannot survive on the salary. The social upscaling lifestyle that they thought they would have had, gone through that system, educate yourself, become a nurse, become a professional, and that will elevate you to the middle class. It is not so, Dr. Tufton, with our professionals, particularly our nurses and teachers who are leaving in droves. So there was advice given to you where you could have put things in place to make sure that the crisis we're in now in the healthcare, staffing wise, would have been prevented because you were proactive, Dr. Tufton, in your policies and your implementation. Let's continue reading. He suggested that Jamaica's response should be more education and further training for nurses. Allow more Yes, I want to move the guarantor along in. Are there going to be any other barring criteria? Allow more students to enter nursing school if one say they're eligible for the loan without guarantor. So allow more students. That should have been a government priority from 2016 onward, Dr. Tufton. 2024, 8 years on, and we are in a worse crisis than when you came to office. The United States of America, for example, has projected that they will need 1.2 million trained nurses by 2022. Vastianis said, in offering a reason for more students to be included in the training pool is a win-win for all. Professor Stephen Vastiani, president of the University of Technology, further suggested that an arrangement could be forged with foreign government, which would require them to invest in strengthening Jamaica healthcare infrastructure in exchange for training their nurses. Meaning, Dr. Vastiani has said, if you're going to them partnership there, all right, Britain, Canada, and America, we're going to develop our health care and we will train the much needed nurses from your country. So you have all those vacancies filled. More nurses would be trained for both countries, and it would be a win-win for all, Vastiani contended. In the meantime, in delivering his message to more than 200 nursing students and supported by lecturers and top brass of the nursing sector, Vastianis said UTech was already playing its role in advancing Jamaica healthcare sector. UTech is doing our part in helping fill in the gap for trained nurses. Since 2007, the yearly intake of nurses at both Papine and Montego Bay campus has been steadily increasing. Since 2007, the university has graduated 678 nurses. So that sure we say Dr. Tufton wasn't short of ideas. Allow me to tell, Dr. Tufton never short of ideas. Dr. Tufton just had no care for the people of Jamaica. Because if Dr. Tufton did, then maybe Dr. Tufton would have at least taken such an advice into account, strategize and implement such advice. But Dr. Tufton allowed the national health care to be on the verge of collapse. Then Dr. Tufton have the nerve to turn around and rebuke the US, Canada, and Britain because of them employer nurses. Do you think, Dr. Tufton, if your nurses were being paid, if they have a first world, when I say Carlos yet, Carlos there anywhere about here? If they have a first world working standard and working environment, I'm sure, Dr. Tufton, a lot of our nurses wouldn't want to leave Jamaica, come live in an icebox and just go from work to work when them can work at Jamaica and have a life. And still have a life, still have a social life have a family life. Whereas when we run come agree in a pasture, we intend we become robots and building slave because we go from building to building. God help all in England, yeah, them few days there were people get to go out a door. For the rest of the year, after this little pricket take it done. For the rest of the year, we are building rats. But dictatorship and the rise, dictatorship and the rise, down the far. When you see hope a sign already, then drawn off under bed, then arrest you when God talk to you and tell us to go preach particular things. We don't have to be careful. Dictatorship and the rise. Dictatorship, oh, call us, you need to add a verse to the song. When the reparation money there, you look a rat you. When the reparation money there, you look a rat you. I wonder if Andrew get no reparation money. Can you gaga on my bed? A dream about reparation. Our Andrew. Why am I dreaming about reparation, Prime Minister? Nobody can ask the Prime Minister why, when I go on my bed, me a dream about reparation. Roger Simpson, Prime Minister. Is there anyone working around your call Roger Simpson? Just a ask. You see my camera blink red. I wonder if me freeze. Let me look if me freeze. Let me look if me freeze. No, me not freeze. No, me not freeze. Me not freeze. Me not freeze. Me not freeze. Welcome to Dictatorship, where the only way you can talk in a peace, hallelujah, you have to talk what the Prime Minister wants you to talk. Say, if you're not willing to talk what Prime Minister wants you to talk, say, well, top up your mouth. Even if we forget up them and bullfrog, yes, we're going to top up your mouth. Where the COVID money that you like a rat you? Did you get any reparation money you like a rat you? Chai Bridge not fixed yet. I wonder if Chai Bridge are going to fix before election. You little rat you. Reparation. King Charles. Andrew Holness. Chai Bridge. Hey! And where the money there? You little rat you. Shut me down. Andrew Holness. I want me walk naked on Facebook. You want me, Andrew Holness. Shut me down. You talk to Jamaica people. You have manners, so you don't talk to we so. You talk to the pricky them. You talk to the run back of your people them. And then you talk to. You don't talk to me. Certain. I mean, no, you don't talk to Carlos neither, because we are bully. And you not talk to the audience neither, because we fully awoke. Where the money there, you like a rat you. Where the reparations money there, you like a rat you. Why Chai Bridge not fix it and Chai Bridge are going to fix before election, you like a rat you. Which money are going to fix Chai Bridge? A who named Roger Simpson? Just a ask. Where they make the money there? Where the money there, you like a rat you. The thing you're going to use this to bust a man to statue like how you do already? You take the picture them money and you do bust a man to statue. So now you are going to take reparation money to Chai Bridge. Me just ask. Because every sleep me sleep, me hear the dopey them in my sleep. I said, Chai Bridge. Reparation. The dopey them are called number in my sleep where they know me not understand. Prime Minister. All number. Me hear the dopey them all talk about 600 million. Prime Minister. Where the money there, you like a rat you. The dopey them won't leave me alone. Prime Minister. Hmm? Dana. Otarat and Puss who thief and me no know because they told them a thief, you know. Hmm? Then I remember saying, you know, rat with teeth in front. I remember say rat saying bite and him blow, you know. Me a bite you, but me a blow upon it so you not feel the cut. Who thief are you tell me tonight? Otarat and Puss. Hmm? Otarat and Puss who thief are? But Prime Minister did up with them just had juke me with pins, so just had juke me. And that's a reparation money. King Charles, Chai Bridge, 600 million. The up with them just had juke me so. When I got bed, Prime, I can't sleep in a peace. Hmm? Can't sleep in a peace, take a the up with them. But you know, man, one day somebody will vomit and make them know, say, somebody will vomit. Say, the easy jerk well, say rat thief. What the COVID money there, you little rat you? Did you get any reparation money, you little rat you? Prime Minister can't sleep in a peace. I can't sleep in a peace because they dopey them, Prime Minister. They dopey them just a talk to me so. Then just a tell me your secret. Postboard thief him. Oh, God. All right, make we go in a dictator country now. What dictator country there? Full-blown dictatorship. And that's how we there. And Jamaica people still sit down. That is the depressing part for me. How Jamaica people sit down and willing to make a thief, a criminal, a narcissist, a dictator, a corrupt man ram raid over on. A somebody gone. A somebody be. That's everybody have to succumb to the abuse, the brutality, and the tyranny, the tyrannical regime of this government. Nobody know no backbone. Nobody know when them rights are abused. Nobody know when them rights are get taken away. Nobody know when to stand up to maintain what them have. For people don't ram raid over your freedom, and nobody know about them something anymore. But everybody just gone to bed. So everybody just comfortable and complacent. So I saw things are right at Jamaica. Me say if I saw things are right at Jamaica, let's get into Jason Cross article. Because you see I'm more than cross to the Jamaica people. Let us go to the title again. Fake news clampdown. PM say he will no longer be silent on the use of social media to spread misinformation. So hold on, Lord Jesus, do I quarrel tonight or do I read? Are you going to arrest Darrell Vaz? Are you going to clap down on Darrell Vaz? Are you going to clap down on Chopper John? Are you going to clap down on Nestor Morgan? Are you going to clap down on the Black Widow? Are you going to clap down on the Brokeback Mountain guys? I mean, whose fake news is fake news, Prime Minister? Huh? I want you to walk out here naked. That you try to. Look like you want people without clothes, Prime Minister. You want to see a nation go crazy on you. You don't know why Jamaica people not think that them can't mad. Everybody across the world are mad except for you. Everybody across the world are mad except for Jamaicans. Because Jamaicans want to show how them sane than everybody else. All right. Let's see. I don't like them something, I would them put over advert them over me, would irritate me, because I don't like it. Anyway, let's get on with the reading. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has indicated that his government will be taking steps to begin clamping down on the proliferation of false information on social media platforms. Bangarang. According to Prime Minister, the widespread practice has caused a lot of confusion, even for some of the brightest people. Hey, we know already answer it. Addressing youth affiliate of the Jamaica Labour Party at Almond Tree Hotel in St. Anne's on Saturday, the Prime Minister implored the young people not to engage in spreading information for political gain. Hey, ko shata. Boy, bangarang. I wonder what G2K does, Prime Minister. I don't know. Prime Minister, I don't know what G2K does. I have no idea. Recently, I became aware of a situation where a young man made a post on social media. Want to listen to paragraph, yeah. Made a post on social media of being defamatory and possible libelous. Defamatory and libelous. The Prime Minister mentioned no criminal actions here. He did not mention a crime. The person was tracked. Traco! The person was tracked. Hey! Murdo! Somebody come home before I get loose here tonight. We can be tracked for speaking on social media, but we can't track people who kill, rape, murder, and kidnap Jamaican children. Really, Prime Minister? Okay. Tracked and identified. And identity discovered. The person was tracked and identity discovered. The long and short of it, that the person was put up to do this by a political organization. Why these adverts? I would tell them about what in the adverts. We have been tracking several such cases. And when you dig into it, you discover that young people are behind these accounts. They are being recruited to do so, Holness charged. The Prime Minister, young people. You, the future of Jamaica, young people. You, the future of the voting bloc, young people. Uno, the government is trying to silence Uno. The government attract Uno. Is there any breaches here, Prime Minister? Is there any breach of fundamental rights to be tracking and snooping on citizens who do not commit crime, Prime Minister? Is this a criminal organization? It's going there, people. It's going there. The man is going in for total. Unless you're willing to talk good about Andrew Holness is going in for total silence. They are being used to comment on post negatively, spreading rumors on people, and do some really nasty things. In a democracy, Prime Minister, we are allowed to do nasty things, provided those nasty things, Prime Minister, are not prohibited by law. We have been tracking. Take note of how often that word comes up. We have been tracking, and you are going to see some action shortly, very soon. Hey, Jesus. Jamaican people still not here where I go on yet. Jamaican people still not see the man surround on a mouth. We have too many good news. Listen to this, Hallelujah. Hey, I want to get in a spirit this evening. We have too many good news items and achievement that you need to promote without having to resort to attacking people. Good news and achievement. That is what the Prime Minister wants us to. Me not admin there, no. Me I say, uno can't talk to me, so. Uno Jamaicans were afraid of people. Uno Jamaican were wholeness tells say no movement, you know, can't come on veranda. Only uno can't talk to me, so. Him can't talk to me, so because him know it will be judgment. Wholeness a track, you know. Wholeness a identifier, you know. Wholeness a build a database of, you know. Rather than a build a database, I will pick them Prime Minister for them freedom of speech. Shouldn't you be building a database of criminals across the country, Prime Minister? Because it sounds to me like you're building a database on people for their freedom of speech and social media. I remember saying me don't speak and always think nonsense. We deal with policies, program, and principle. And that Labour said them deal with, you know. So Labour said them Labour said them stand on. Policies, programs, and principles. What are they though, Prime Minister? One would really be interested to know. People who do not have that attack people who do. Hey, the Prime Minister said because them stand on policies, programs, and principles, and other people don't have those, then other people resort to attacking them who have all those luxury, luscious, and luxurious things go with shorter. People who don't have good news, they spread bad news. Where there is no bad news, they create false news, Wholeness said. He said he had been silent on the issue for far too long. For a long time, rather, but will not longer be because of potential fake news to disrupt and negatively impact lives. Negatively impact lives, he said. Who for life matter? He lamented that the world has never had the capability as it does now to create and generate misinformation at a scale and speed that influence people who are rational and reasonable. What the Prime Minister said, even the bright ones cannot fathom through the lies that people tell on social media. Our lies are your lies, though, Prime Minister. It is now at the point where even degreed people who studied in the highest institution of the land are not able to discern the nonsense that comes to their phone. They have to, may I read like a favor, they have to be calling me. Hallelujah. Hey, when you can't make a play upon people, you should just say, get in point across. They have to be calling me to ask if it is true. The whole country, whole bright part of the country, Prime Minister, higher number. So when we talk truth on social media, them phone, it goes off for true, boss. Bossy. Hmm? There is an entire industry called fake news. And if you fall for it, they say you should know better. A lot of people watch nonsense and rubbish and are not able to discern what it is. Everything that comes up on their screen, they take as facts. Countries like Canada and the United States have taken steps to call in companies and say, listen, we see where your social media platform has tried to influence our election. This is the Prime Minister worried. This is what the Prime Minister worried about. How social media will influence the next general election. And you have to moderate, and you have to moderate. They realize that it is creating a problem. It is an accelerant for conspiracy. Conspiracy is three-quarter truth, Prime Minister. And it is being used to mislead and misinform, said Holness. Holness wished to lead Jamaica in a different direction by using the same means. He implored the young people to use their electronic devices, just like we see before I read this. Odd remarks. Call upon Vegas and Mbati Pro were there to go counter protests in Washington. The Prime Minister is calling on the young JLP supporter to go into a counter war on social media, telling the world nothing of the good. Because the only talks on the good in the Prime Minister, but in outlining what those goods are, the nation still wait for it. When you ask any of your supporters, name me some of the successful, the good things of Andrew Holness, them freeze, them froze. I wish partner reach. He implored the young people to use their electronic device to counter the work of others who seek to carry out their evil deeds. So the Prime Minister is saying, in effect, here, let's declare a social media war on those who refuse to speak nice things about us or nice things about our policies and policies and the policies and all of the cribbies and trubbies. I say to young people to use it wisely, use it with discernment. Not everything that is posted is true. Check and ask questions, and if it does not go so, dismiss it. This isn't an attempt to dull the voice, to dull your voice, but it is now time to use your voice for the defense of the truth. Because their only intent is to try and trick people to get power, said Prime Minister Andrew Holness. That is the end of the article. When I hear, and I think you can read the third article for no tonight, and I'm sorry. If anything, if I have time tomorrow, I will read it. But I'm tired. Yeah. Good tired. One good sleep. How do you respond to Andrew Holness, though, my people? Bramwell is confused and beaten. How do you respond to a prime minister that is so worried that, look here, election coming up, local government election, general election coming up, and it look like me I go get a really wallering over at the polls. So you know what me I go do? Make me target those people. Oops. Let me target those people on social media. Let me silence those people on social media so we can use our lying narrative to trick the people. Didn't you win 2 elections on a lie, misinformation, and misleading information, Prime Minister? Did you not win 2 elections on misinformation, lies, and misleading narratives? It is the reason why, Prime Minister, your 100-day promise is still yet to be actualized. And it will never be actualized because you cannot go back to a 100-day again, Prime Minister. What are the fake news? When you say wholeness a track on you, when you say wholeness a bill, database, pan on you, and none of you don't see this as anything of grave concern. None of you don't see this as grave concern. None of you don't see this as anything to push back on. None of you don't see anything to ask the Prime Minister about breaches of your fundamental right. If the Prime Minister cannot investigate people for what them step on social media, who is doing those investigations, Prime Minister? Who is doing those tracking of those people? Those people who you're tracking and identifying, who is holding those data, Prime Minister? Who's holding those data, Prime Minister? Was it Desmond who said election is won and lies? Murder. Me no know touch. Me never tell you. Me never hear what is this. No, sir. I mind me fall asleep, pound. But for all who pass me eye when me there read, good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining. But you need to see where this thing I go. You need to start wise up on your children, Jamaican people. It's your children that you hear who hold us a focus span. The young. In trying to silence what wholeness is doing. See you just come. See you just come. Where the COVID money there? You little rat you. Did you get any reparation money from King Charles? You little rat you. Chai Bridge broke down 3 years. I want for reparation money. I got bill it. You little rat you. Good evening, Carlos Gray, and welcome. You have to go add some new line in that song. Hmm? You have to go add in some new line, Carlos, because the dopey them just a joke me and a tell me, say, ask the man, reparation, Chai Bridge, election, stolen money, 600 million. Me don't know why the dopey them a provoke me. Hmm? Simone Green, John Pugh, Arlene Foster, Rowan Williams, Honodo, Andrea, Larkland, how you do? Angela Robson, Noel Thomas, Noel Williams, you're there. Diane Campbell, Wagwan. Even though the court ruled against NIDS, the Prime Minister will try use find a way to manipulate people. If you don't make case get rid of him, to manipulate them into accepting NIDS because of them folly. But Kate M. How you do, Earl Allen? It is depressing, the easy jerk or Wagwan, bro. It is depressing how relaxed Jamaicans are to the upcoming onslaught, Ransford McLean. How complacent we are, how much we are sleepwalking into a dictatorship without even listening to the plans that this guy have for us, without even observing some of the things this guy did to us during COVID. And hear the man come out with such a strong talk to come shutting her down. I need to do another song. Yes, Carlos, trust me. When you hear the man come out and talk so strong and a threaten on a democracy, on a free speech, on a fundamental right, and Jamaican just sit down so. You know why people are protesting in Kenya for a week now? It's because the government decides that we have to go tax on no more. And the people are saying, no, if you tax us anymore, you're going to make our life extremely harder. And we're not having it. But you Jamaicans are quite sit down. Say, Andrew, come put your hand over your mouth and say, no, you can't talk that loud. You have to take time talk or grown up back. Go talk it. You can only come round the front, come talk the nice sinting them, the positive sinting them. The sinting them what you promise and never do, but if you fool people, say the sinting them. This is what the Prime Minister is asking us to do. The Prime Minister is baiting, just like how Audrey Marks baited a war between Jamaicans, Yvonne Bradford, outside the American embassy the Jamaican embassy in Washington. It's the same way the Prime Minister is baiting a social media war, because what the Prime Minister is saying, same set of young people must go there, go counter young people when I talk good about the Jamaica Labour Party in our political spheres, Prime Minister. You are set youths on the street corner to fight against them one another, Kemar Johnson. That is where it is going, Prime Minister. It's this conversation about your inadequacy, your lack of, your failure in your promises, Maurice Williams. These conversations, Prime Minister, are being had on the street corners. So what I say, for your youth, them figure go up in and the people them face, we're talking about the disgruntled things in the country and go pint up in them face and say, lie or not tell, because you know all the Jamaican political space was Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister is calling for a war in our country if you don't understand what the Prime Minister is doing. Hmm? The Prime Minister is asking young people to go there and get into a political battle. This battle will not be on social media only, Prime Minister primarily. This battle will not be on social media only, because this conversation, Prime Minister, is on every street corner in our country. So you're telling those who you have coached, Prime Minister, make sure you not confront them. It's not going to only be on devices, Prime Minister. Or are you, Prime Minister, in Jamaica's political spheres, encouraging online bullying? Because this is what it would turn out to, Prime Minister, if we're not encouraged or trained in proper political debate and proper political conversation, where it's more of a political warfare that our political discourse is used to. Is the Prime Minister aware that he's fanning the flames of war in a political year? Army just too dunce and things say, adapt when I don't that. Somebody help me now. Somebody help me. Because this sounds like war to me. But then I hit the like button, people. Good God Almighty, me sit down and me read 2 articles for now. Some of them may not have picked up them articles and read them today, and me pick them up and read them. The least you could do is hit the like button. Good evening to the trolls. Would you be so kind to hit the like button, please? We know you're not here to support the program, but in your troll ability, find it somewhere in your finger to just hit the like button. The program appreciates you. We do appreciate trolls here as well. But what we ask of you is that you also support the program. Because even though being a troll, this program provides you well sort out information that you can go and further investigate yourself. It's an awareness program, bringing you into the know. That's the difference between education and teaching. To be a teacher, you go into repetition and training for a particular reason, mainly for the employment industry supporting the status quo. That's teaching. Education, to educate someone, it's quite a different thing. You're imparting knowledge to the person. You're giving the person ways of how they can develop their own knowledge, how they themselves can go there and learn without leaning on others to come and tell them something which may not be so. So this is one of the reasons why I say I don't like to be called a teacher. If you want to call me an educator, it's a different thing. Because a teacher and an educator, they do separate jobs. They disseminate information differently. The teacher teaches you to repeat, repetition, to learn a particular rule and pattern, to apply it mainly in an economic industry. Vivian Hamilton, how are you? But the educator put you on a path. Educator, to educate is about exploring. To teach you is about training you for something particular. They will decide what they want to do later on with you. So that's why I don't get engaged in the word teaching, because it's one of those words to keep us in our place. Teach you to be calm. Teach you to be silent. Teach you to be respectful. teach you to tolerate, hmm? Even teach you to grunt and bear it. Hmm? To educate is for you to evolve. To teach you is to damn you down. Hmm? So that's the difference between them. And it's the very reason why I don't like to be referred to as a teacher, because I'm not here to dumb down your mind. I'm here for all of us mind to grow together. That doesn't happen in teaching, because teaching has a particular focus, Joan Brown, that wants to make sure you are pretty much prepared for society and the economy. Hmm? That's what teaching go. And at that teaching that effort. But people of Jamaica, Noreen, Dennis, how you do? We don't need to wake up. Look at the youths across Kenya. Thursday, because they will be continuing their demonstration. Thursday will be an interesting day globally, because the Kenyan bill, the young people of Kenya is determined on defeating that bill. Patricia Matthews, the Monica Wills, Elaine Turner, and defeating that bill. If that bill passed on its third reading, because Thursday it is the final reading, and if it passed the assembly in a vote, then it will go to the president, William Ruto's desk, to be signed off and become law. If it does, I think will invoke riots in the country. There has been some compromise in the bill so far. However, that is not enough for the demonstrator. William Ruto planned to have a sit down and talk to them. He has also commended them for their peaceful protests. What is the other debacle that will take place on Thursday? Hey, Jesus, I will be sitting down for this. Hey, I want popcorn money. I want champagne money. I want coffee money. I will be sitting down for this Thursday. It will be the debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Mother and Madara, Deda and Dedara. Can Donald Trump be contained is the question on one side. The other side of the question, though, will Joe Biden remember to stand on the stage throughout the debate? And for that debacle, I will be glued, literally. I don't know if I will be rebroadcasting it, but I will be glued to my television, because Thursday may just be the end of Joe Biden. Other than the suicide they have taken in their full support of the genocidal rant of Netanyahu, putting what I saw as derelict Joe Biden on a debating stage, he might not at some point remember where he is. And that might just spark catastrophe for the Democrats come Thursday, where it will unfold into a martial law as who do we put up against Trump? Camilla, Nancy Pelosi nephew, or who else? But Thursday, hey, me can't wait for Thursday come. Me not have nothing else to do on Thursday. No, me I sit down Thursday, Trump, I go mash up Biden. I do feel so am I. My problem, and not to be the mash up of my problem, am I. Will Biden remember anything that he's doing? Will Biden remember where he is? Will Biden remember the question? Will Biden be able to stand still? Hmm? Me say, me want every inch After that, I don't know if I'm going to restream it or what, Douglas Allen, depends on which American broadcaster. But may I tell you, but as a presidential debate, they should be able to restream it from them broadcasters without little problem. Mm-hmm. But trust me, my people, Thursday, this is going to be Super Thursday globally. Kenya may erupt further if that bill passes. If that bill passes, Kenya may erupt further. And I'm telling you, if that erupts, it will send a shockwave across Africa. Sandra Barrett. The issue is, Sandra, will Biden remember anything? Me no want to go on like say Biden don't see Nile, to stop it. And that is what will more than likely to be showing up the Democrats on Thursday. Biden is not with it, darling. It's not that Biden is not a great interviewer or a great debater. The issue is Biden has passed his political sell-by date. He has passed his public service sell-by date. He has passed his working life sell-by date. Trump as well. But the senile actions and look of Joe Biden is glaring. The man should be walking with a Zimmer frame. But never mind. No way the convicted felon can out-debate Biden. Michael, memory has a lot to do with debate. Memory has a lot to do with debate, and Biden is showing the signs that he's forgetting things. Now, if it is somebody who goes into disorientation into that Alzheimer's age or that Parkinson's age, you can barely go for an hour without slipping up or forgetting things. When my mother was at that stage, you just have to continue speaking to her on the phone until she come back around and remember, say, are you? I saw it go. Biden is showing that. Trump is showing aggressions and lies, but Biden is really showing signs of dementia. It glaring. Trust me, it glaring. And this is why Thursday, may I go buckle down. I am going to buckle down for it because it is going to be exciting. Me not tell you no lie. Even if the two of them pull through it without any mishaps or any crack up, I guarantee you it will be a showdown debate. And that's why I will not be able to miss it. The 34 counts felony, the president with the son with the conviction. It's going to be a nasty showdown. And I'm going to love every moment of it. It will be a comedy segment, Jerk World. It will be. Laurie Gardner, how are you? Trust me, I'm gonna have my fun. If anybody want to have hissy fit over Joe Biden and Donald Trump, it's up to them. But for me, it's like I'm going to a boxing match. I wonder if Tyson will bite Lennox Lewis on his ears this trip. Just wondering. But we can't wait for Thursday come. Thursday is like a big day for me internationally. Real big day. From Kenya to the United States, I'll be watching what's happening in the global space because me I tell you, hey, no sir. Me not tell no lie, me probably go stream Trump because me want to be in the middle of history when Joe Biden walk off a stage and don't remember say I'll debate in there. But no sir, Colleen James, how you do? We need to remember that Biden stumbled when he was a young boy and work for his speech could be one of the reasons why he is going along to talk now. I don't think so. Colleen, I have looked at Joe Biden's career for quite some time over the last 30 years or so. And this doesn't have anything to do with his speech impediment. It's more about aging. If Biden wins, the vice president will take over. I don't see how they should put him into the election though. Well, I don't know. Let's see, because this will be a historic election. They might as well put a Zimmer frame on the ballot paper because this is the patriarchy of politics. The old man black, where them no feel say, them belly full, them fi go on now. People fed up of them now. No, sir. Where's the Sandra Biden now your president? Me not support none of them, you know. Me is a Trump. Me is a Trump person. I understand. I always get in trouble for this. Let me try and explain it the best way I can. I get in trouble for somebody who supports Trump. But you've got to understand how I support Trump. For most of you who live in the United States, RJ, you've viewed Trump and judged Trump based on your domestic policies in the United States. But this is not how I look at any presidents at all. I look at them on their international agenda because we know, regardless whatever decisions American president take, Andrew how you do. Yes, not a Trump supporter, a Trump person. The way hope. All right, let me say, a lot of people go against Trump because Trump is racist. That is wholly not a problem for me. Trump being racist and overtly with it is not my problem. Barack Obama enforced racist America's racist policy. Bill Clinton was a racist. George Bush was a racist. The fact that there are more quieter racists than Trump don't make Trump a worse racist than them. Bill Clinton committed some dangerous crime in Haiti, where Bill Clinton should end up prison or go on the gallows for. With Trump, how I view and judge Trump is on his international policy. You see that America First agenda that Trump has? I love that agenda because what that does, unlike any other American president, Trump didn't bother about the hegemonistic behavior of controlling other countries outside of America, which every other president under the American regime, because that's what they're trained to do. They have this broad international agenda of controlling other countries. Trump wasn't into that, and this is where I support the Trump agenda. With the internal part of Trump, inland America, I understand how people view him and his racist policies. But I do not look at American presidents based on their agenda in America. It is their international agenda that I differ with. Barack Obama, before they got the the Security Council's mandate, Barack Obama and it was Nicolas Sarkozy then, they were bombing the hell out of Libya even hours before the UN Security Council signed. Trump, to date, have not killed any children. Biden, since Biden came in, has murdered countless of women and children across this globe. You want to tell me that I should support a man that kills women and baby over a man that refused to go to war with Russia, why they had to bring down Trump and remove him because it should have been Hillary, and Hillary was going to take the agenda to fight the war with Russia in Ukraine. And because Trump was sucking up to Russia and having the conversation with dictators and refused to fight that war, he was taken down, bringing Biden. The minute Biden come in, Biden was across the world murdering women and children. I wouldn't support that. Just like I never support Bush and Blair, I don't support Biden. I would prefer Trump, who don't want to go sell weapon, who don't want to issue weapon willy-nilly to kill your children. Barack Obama killed the dream of Africa. Yes, Barack Obama take that deal. So me now go judge Trump because Trump racist. Twice the slave Barack Obama was as racist as any white American president. Trust me. So me now gonna make Trump racism cloud my judgment of international politics, or that Trump saved life from refusing to fight wars. Trump saved lives when Trump pushed back on Dr. Fauci and his dangerous cult of poison that he wanted to take us on. I look at the bigger picture. Trump is no racist than Bill Clinton, nor Barack Obama, nor Joe Biden. It was Joe Biden that says, if Israel didn't exist, we would have to create one. Look at what Israel is doing, protected, supported by Joe Biden. Why Donald Trump didn't kill those children? Why Donald Trump didn't kill those women? No, but no, Andrew Mack, you remember one of the arguments when they disgruntled with Trump over? Trump wanted to scale down NATO. Trump wanted to scale down NATO, which would have prevented the Ukraine war. It would have prevented the economic crisis and the inflation that we're in. It's not bullshit. It's because you all are clouded by the racist thing about Trump, while you can only see it that way there. Oh no, me not live inside of America. So me now go, if it was in Britain, then me deal with the internal politics of it. What did Trump do to Americans that Bill Clinton never did? What did Trump do that George Bush never did? At least Trump isn't guilty of a plethora of children's blood on his hand. Trump was scaling down NATO. Trump wanted Europe to contribute more to NATO. Trump wanted to pull back NATO, which would have prevented the war in Ukraine, because it's Biden and the rest of them want to keep encroaching on Russia. Trump did an awful lot that I can say it has taken the world out of pickle in that 4 years that Trump was there. Since Trump gone, look at the bloodbath. Unless you're a criminal like Biden, who want to support a man that has been murdering babies, a man that supply a weapon to flatten a country. I could never support such criminality. Never. So if people want to think I'm mad, racist, misinformed, or whatever to say, I would support Trump over Biden any day. It would save some children's lives, and that's what I stand on. I would support Trump over Biden any day because it would save children's life. Under Trump 4 years, show me the war where Trump fight. Show me the war where Trump fight. Show me the blood massacre. Yes, he did. Yes, he did want to pull back NATO and scale down NATO. Trump wasn't into the, you need to go and read Andrew Mack. Trump never interested in the expansion of NATO. Trump also want the EU to fund NATO more because it was reliant on American funding. It's not bullshit. Are you unarmed? Because you have a hatred for Trump, Andrew Mack. Why you blind to the truth? It's total. A lot of people who you hear talk about Trump, it's just because of blindness. They are not able to assess the issues. Uno love kill picnic, I don't. Uno glorifying Andrew Mack, murdering babies, I don't. This is glorifying murders. Supporting Joe Biden is the glorification of murder, the glorification of killing babies. What Biden has been doing for the last 4 years. And tell me if they lie, me I tell. The track record is there. And show me the picnic them where Trump killed for the 4 years where Trump did it. Anyway, my people, thank you all very much. Let me see how much I hit the like button. We're not too bad. We're not too bad. But I won't let my judgment be clouded, just like it is the same thing that cloud the judgment of Jamaican politics. Wayne, don't tell me I glorify. Yes, I am saying it. If you think a bullshit me talk about Trump, then it utterly means that we not glorify Biden baby killing. What has Biden done since he come in power other than damage the economy and kill babies? Tell me, what has Biden done other than damaging the economy and killing babies? Sonia Smichael. We can't latch on to politicians because of, we can denounce politicians because of their political ideas. Regardless, my stand, yes, Biden damaged the economy. Biden damaged the economy, an economy that Trump confined where Barack Obama started, and Trump come further, develop on it. A Biden thrown into inflation. A lot of banks and international and financial system in America is in a woeful state of collapse because them not telling you not read it. A lot of them in problem. Spinning the military industrial complex isn't going to save the American economy. Since Biden come in, Biden a look war with China, him start war with Russia, him a look war with China. The man is dangerous for the world, in my view. I'm not asking anybody to come to that view. I'm not asking anybody to come to that view. In my view, Joe Biden is a danger to the world. Joe Biden, we're ever closer to a nuclear war. The way Joe Biden is going, we're ever closer to a nuclear war. You want to look at something else. I'm looking at the reality. of the circumstances of the world. Match Joe Biden on the international scene, which I judge them, when I match Joe Biden and Trump 4 years together, I feel more fearful of Joe Biden's 4 year because we can break out in a nuclear war at any time. Uno Ongwa look and say, I support these because they are Democrats. This is the blindness of black people. When them bring down Donald Trump, them talk about the Jim Crow laws and the Jim Crows, this and that. Go back and look if a democratic government implement most of the Jim Crow law them down south. It wasn't the Republican. It was the Democrat them who want to bring down Trump and the Republican. I'm a Democratic supporter, by the way. But no means say I'm blind loyal. I'm very arrogant to this. You can't go on because me not spread for your Andrew Holness narrative. Because you're coming like an Andrew Holness, it must be your narrative or no other. Me must have my view from my own observation, knowledge, and perception. Me not go walk with fear of you, and I'm not going to glorify killing babies. I will continue to repeat that. I'm not going to glorify killing babies because that is what the Biden regime does. It's a glorification of killing babies. Am I lying? Look at Ukraine. Look at Palestine. We've never had that under Trump 4 years. Does that not say something to you? We've never had Trump provoking a war with China. Trump went and met North Korea president. Trump didn't want war. Trump never want to have a standoff with Russia. Trump wanted peace. And that if you understand. And people must have their political views that is separate to Funo and must comfortable with it. Because I don't have a problem with Funo political views. As the political views go, you examine it from your perspective, not from the other person's perspective. Yours perspective is yours, mine is mine. I saw it go. Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Biden are them in fear. Look at their track record. Compare their track record to Trump. But everybody hates Trump because he's a loud racist. That doesn't bother me. I prefer a loud racist than the liberal racist where a lot of people like to hug up and say, all right, them white people, they are good. No, the white liberal, them afraid of. The white liberal, them will hug you and stab you at the same time. Whereas if I know how to deal with Trump, perfectly so. Biden is a liberal, so I have to be subtle with it. Well, I lose it on Biden, but when Trump was there, more layoff, more hard times. Anyway, my people, I will come down my preparation tonight and money from King Charles and the whole of them something there. Me just go on my bed and see if they dopey them hear anything more about the money. But I want to thank you all very much for being here tonight. And remember, do not allow your government to silence you. Do not allow your government to take your rights. We are all entitled to them. But if we don't protect them, we will lose them. Thank you very much for being here tonight. And good night from the people's point of view.